welcome to the beautiful city of Den Bosch and the 2019 World Archery Championships. Our backdrop is one of the most historical buildings in the Netherlands as we prepare to make archery history by crowning two more team world champions on Compound Saturday. Well, the conditions, 98% humidity says it all. It's pretty damp out there, adding to the tension that's already high here in the Netherlands. Coming up, we have the team compound medal matches. I'm Karim Bashir, and joining me is former Canadian international archer Vanessa Lee. Look, the tension's pretty high here, but before we get into that, how do these team competitions work?
I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for having me, Karim. Team matches are decided on cumulative scoring. Each team shoots a total of 24 arrows, split into 4 ends of 6 arrows. It's quite simple. The highest score wins. Within each end, there's 2 rotations. Each archer shoots 1 arrow per rotation, so 2 arrows per athlete per end.
So shoot the highest score and you get a medal. As we look down this 50-meter range, we prepare for the bronze medal match in the compound women's team event here in Den Bosch. We're going to see Turkey face India in this match. This is how they got here. Turkey shot a 20.82 in the ranking round, ranked 4th. India a 20.99 to be ranked 3rd. Turkey beat Estonia in the quarterfinals before losing to Chinese Taipei. India impressed all, beating the Netherlands in the quarterfinals, but then they lost out in a very tight match against the USA. It's wet here in this fabulous city, but the crowds are braving it. Let's go down to the field of play and welcome the teams out here for this bronze medal match. Well, leading the teams out for this match is Turkey, led out by the world number 2, 24-year-old Yeşim Bostan. She's teaming up with the world number 23, Gezim Almaakli, and the world number 139 at just 16 years old, İpek Tomruk.
Representing Turkey,
Turkey will face the team from India, world number 57, 19-year-old Muskan Kira, the world number 250 at 28 years old Raj Kaur, and the 22-year-old Jyoti Sureka Venom, who's the world number 24. Venom there with the red cap. She took team gold at the 2016 edition of these World Championships and the silver in 2017. The Indian team were here very early this morning and looked very comfortable and very focused talking to their coach. The Turkish team arrived, well, about 20 minutes ago, but they are the favourites here in this bronze medal match. India on target 2, looking down the range, shooting to the right-hand targets, will shoot first for bronze here in Den Bosch.
Yayları düz tutun kızlar. Pip side'lara su girmesin.
Aim okay. Yes. Continue elbow tight. Shot.
Good. Down 9.
A good sighter, a 9 there.
Confident हो गया आराम नाल. Shooting दे ध्यान बस shot ते. Yes. Aim रोक के. Yes. Aim रोक के. Elbow tight पूरी. Elbow tight. Shot 10.
Lots of strong encouragement from the coach, talking them through this.
एक तक.
Venom rejecting the first arrow.
Easy. Arrow में मत कर. रोक के पूरा.
Well, shooting there a 27 out of a maximum 30, and we switch over to the Turkish team. Vanessa, the tension is
Sağ taraf
really high
gergin.
here.
I totally agree. Very high, and there's a lot at
Ortada
stake.
bekleyerek Gizem. Bekle ortada, emin ol. Bravo. Sol aşağıda dur. Emin misin ortada? Tamam, sıkıntı yok. Çıkarken çok acele etme. Tamam mı? Bekle. Haydi İpek. Ortada bekliyorsun İpek. Durdur yayını, iyi nişan al, yumuşak dokun tetiğe. Bravo, 10.
Both teams starting the same way with a low 9 and then finding the
Haydi
middle.
Yeşim. Sağ taraf iyi otursun.
Oh, they're exactly tied right now.
Yeah, and the strongest archers shooting with the lowest score.
Raj normal. Shabash. Yes. रोक के पूरा. Aim रोक के. Continue tight. Continue tight रखी. Shot. Nice. Level. Check कर. हाथ check कर. Last moment पे हाथ रोक के मार दो. ऐसे मौका नहीं. बार. रोक के पूरा. कंट्रोल करके रोक के पूरा. यस. एल्बो टाइट रखनी है. एम होती. एल्बो टाइट. शॉट 10.
The coach and Jyoti Sureka Venom providing support there for Car.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
10.
right at the buzzer. I think it counted.
Yeah, 120 seconds to shoot all of the arrows per team. And as you can see, India
taraf
used
gergin.
all of those seconds.
Ortada bekleyerek, doğru zamanda Gizem. Bravo, 10. Aferin. Haydi İpek. İpek ortada bekle. İyi nişan al, kal ortada. Yumuşak dokun tetiğe. Aferin sana. Haydi Yeşim.
Turkey found the center of the target here.
Rahat ol.
Boston
tarafı iyi
shot
otur.
an 8 in her first arrow.
İyi nişan
She'll
al.
definitely be looking to improve.
10 saniye. Bravo.
Well, 9-10 line, it's marked up as a 10.
Solda.
So
Pardon, sağda.
the early lead goes to Turkey after one end. They're 2 points ahead here. We have 4 ends in total. Vanessa, we said right at the top, the tension is very high here. Look, let's just look at the conditions here. They are very slippy out there, even though the rain has just held off.
You're totally right, Karam. I just stepped out there about 20 minutes ago before the start of the first match. The shooting line seems to be very slippery with the rain. The crew have been doing a fantastic job of keeping the area as dry as possible, but with the intensity of the team matches, I think archers will still have to be very careful out there.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Very careful indeed. And Jyoti Sureka Venom, who is the leading light in the team, she seems to have suffered from the tension more than most here, having to throw away that first arrow. And then you see how she recovered from that. This her second shot, getting a 10 after shooting the 8 in her first arrow. Now, we don't see any of the athletes out there at the moment with towels, although the coaches have got umbrellas.
You're totally right, and I'm kind of surprised because the rain does affect an archer's equipment in a couple of ways. To start off, arrows have a tendency to drop lower in the target, which we saw at the start of the match. That's because their strings get wet and arrows have to fly through the rain to get to the target. Rain can also affect a compound archer's vision through their scopes, so you might want to check a couple of the archers have some hoods on top of their scopes to keep the rain off of their lenses.
Well, the crowd here still enjoying it. They are braving the conditions here because whilst the rain has just subsided a tiny bit, it was absolutely teeming down 5 minutes before the start. Slippy on the shooting line. So the trailing team, India, will shoot first. Let's see if they stick with their order. Kira shooting first, Kaur second, Venom third.
Confidence null. Aim रोक के पूरा, elbow tight, continue tight. Excellent.
So the start of the second end, and India trailing by 2 start with a 10.
Proper रोक के. रोक के, aim रोक के, elbow tight, tight रखी, shot 9.
You can hear the coach saying elbow tight, and I think he's referring to their drawing side to keep them moving throughout the shot.
Right, पूरा. Shot a 10. Good.
Good 10 from Venom. And when you say about the drawing side, you mean the arm that's pulling the string of the bow back?
Yes, exactly. We could either talk about the bow side, which is the side that's actually
Sağ
aiming
taraf
towards the
gergin
target,
kalsın.
or the drawing side, which is pulling.
Ortada bekleyerek en nişan al. Yumuşak dokun tetiğe. Aferin. Sol aşağıda dokun.
Well, you mentioned dropping low there. That one in the yellow.
She tried to correct for that a little bit at the end there.
Ortada bassan da olur. Haydi İpek. Ortada bekleyerek. Yumuşak dokun tetiğe. Aferin. Yukarıda dokun. Haydi Yeşim. Acele et. Acele et. Süremiz var.
Well, Boston shot an 8
Yeşim sağ tarafı
on
iyi
her
otur.
first arrow in the first end, as she found the center here in the second.
Bravo. Solda 9 ona çok.
Just outside the 10 ring, I think.
Aim रोक के proper. रोक के. Elbow tight रखी पूरी. Continue tight. Shot 10.
Nice 10 there. And as Vanessa said, the coach talking about keeping the elbow tight there, referring to the arm that's pulling the string.
Aim रोक के proper. Yes. End तक tight. Elbow tight रखनी है बस. Elbow tight. Shot.
Nice shot there.
काम ना कर. कर. बस.
Time running down again for the Indian team.
I guess it's all right.
Venom, the most experienced, looking very relaxed there. We hand back to Turkey, who can get a maximum of 57 here.
Yet dibinde. Ortada kal. İyi nişan al.
And shooting an 8 there. Remember, this is cumulative score here, so this is all about India fighting back from the 2-point deficit after the first end.
Haydi İpek. Ortada bekle. Yumuşak dokun tetiğe. Solda dokun. Al sola nişan gel. Haydi Yeşim. İyi otursun sağ taraf. Ortada kal. 10 saniye. Solda 9.
Well, all going left there for Turkey on their last 3 arrows. So they've dropped 3 points here. India were trailing by 2 going into the second end. and now they're leading. Well, the Indians have certainly adjusted their sights. Here are all their arrows from both the ends so far. The first lot are over to the left-hand side, and now they've shifted in, Vanessa.
It's really important to adjust to the conditions, and oftentimes it's the team that's best able to do that that wins the match.
Turkey possibly the favourites here, but at the moment, the early running at the halfway stage is for India, who lead by 3.
वो शूट कर रहे हैं करने दो हम अपनी बातें करो बस सीधा जाओ शूट करो बात खत्म.
Well, my Punjabi's not that great, Vanessa, but they seem very relaxed, and the coach is he's very vocal, but he's very calm.
Yeah, my Punjabi's not that great either, but they seem to be having a good time out there. They seem relaxed. He's giving them great advice, it seems, and I think they're just going to enjoy the moment.
Well, enjoying it, they certainly are. Big smile on the face of Raj Kaur there on the right-hand side. Venom making some adjustments to her bow. I wonder if she's just drying things off.
India made a big comeback this end. I mean, they were down 2 points that first end, and being behind 2 points against a team like Turkey is quite a big deal. So very good job from India in the second end.
Yeah, honing in on the centre, the Indians, but that's not right off the Turkish team. Yes, in Boston we caught a quick glimpse of her there, and she afforded herself a smile. Turkey will shoot first to start the third end here in the women's compound team bronze medal match.
Sağ tarafı iyi oturt. İyi nişan al Gizem. Bravo X.
Well, that's a great way to start things when you're trailing.
Bekleyerek İpek. Bekle. Bekle. Emin ol. Yumuşak dokun tetiğe. Bravo. Aferin sana.
Just caught the edge of the 10 ring. I think that's a good shot.
Yukarıda 10 çizgisini istiyorsan. Eşim sağ tarafı iyi otursun.
Well, we see Boston, she's on the other side again, as you put it, catching the 10 ring. They're using release aids here. I think a lot of people think that all archers will pull the string with their fingers. What's that all about to start with?
Actually, release aids help with accuracy and consistency. I'll love to talk about the different kinds in a bit.
Continue tight. Short. 9. Right side there, बहुत ज़्यादा.
सेंटर लाने में ही
क्यों करेंगे एक साइड रखना बार-बार साइड चेंज करेंगे.
इसमें पिछले में सेंटर लेके
रोक के पूरा एल्बो टाइट रखनी है बस. राइट शॉट. राइट रखी. Shot. Up 9.
Well, it sounded like the coach was actually assisting with the aim of that shot there, asking her to aim a little bit more right.
Okay, tight shot. 10. Upper 10. Shot.
Lovely shot from Venom there into the 10, but they've given up 1 point halfway through this third end. Turkey to shoot their second 3 arrows.
İyi nişan al. Emin ol. Yumuşak dokun tetiğe sonra. Bravo 10. Haydi İpek. İpek bekleyerek. Bekle. Emin ol. Yumuşak dokun tetiğe. Bravo.
Just a low left. I don't really know what happened there. She seems to be a little perplexed about it too.
Well, just adjusting the sight there a tiny bit. And a little bit more. So smooth and so calm. And she shoots a 10. The second 9, the second arrow, a 9 marked with an asterisk, which means the Turkish may well get marked up to a 58 here. That will go to a measure, but now it's back over to India.
Okay. Okay. Elbow tight rakhiye pura. Elbow tight. Perfect hai yaar. Shabash. Aram na. Okay, proper aim. Yes, elbow tight. Shot 10. ये बनी बात है आराम से हाँ 10 आसान है ब्रीदिंग कंट्रोल अपने आप में रिलैक्स हो ज्योति बहुत टाइम है मैं कहूँगा 9
Time running down again for Venom.
6 5 4 3 2 1
Whoa, that was close, but she shoots another 10. India have definitely got a 58. We wait for the measure to see whether Turkey will be marked up from 57 to 58. The Turkish team looking very comfortable and very relaxed here, but they are trailing even if they get marked up here. Let's go and hear what the target judge has to say.
X 10 10 10 10 8.
Well, I think that 9 has just been marked up to a 10. It was that second arrow that you said was hitting the 9-10 ring high there, Vanessa.
Exactly. As long as an arrow is slightly touching the ring, it counts as the higher score.
Well, you called it early that it was touching the 9-10 ring. Let's take a look at that second shot.
Just at 12 o'clock, and it was just inside. That's all that really matters.
And as long as it's touching that ring, they will get marked up to the higher score, and that's exactly what happened.
Exactly. An archer's arrows is maybe about 5 to 6 millimeters in diameter, so as long as it's just touching it, then it's fine.
Well, there you go. It's been confirmed. Look, we talked about release aids here, and the two teams have got different aids, right?
Yeah, I think so. So if you watch the Turkish team, the first archer, she shoots a finger trigger release. So release aids, like I said, help with accuracy and consistency, and there's 3 main types: finger trigger, thumb trigger, back tension. Both trigger releases have the same idea. You slowly add tension on the trigger until it fires. The back tension release aid operates without a trigger. Instead, actually releases the string through rotation.
Well, hopefully we're going to get lots of close-ups of that, Vanessa, so you can tell us exactly which aid each of the archers is using. So Turkey trailing here, going into the last end, and they will shoot first.
Here's an example of a finger trigger.
Sağda ona doğru bakabilirsin. Bravo 10. Haydi İpek.
Good start for the Turkish team.
İpek bekleyerek emin olduğunda. Bravo. Aferin sana.
It's a close one. Marked as a 9.
Alır büyük ihtimalle.
I wonder if that's going to go to a measure.
Yasmin's going to have a thumb trigger release aid. You'll see that she's now going to put her thumb slightly on that trigger and add tension.
Bravo.
And that one going slightly right. I think that is a clear 9. But maybe that 28 will get marked up to a 29.
I might be wrong, but I think all Indian archers shoot with a back tension release aid. You're going to see them pulling throughout the shot.
Continue tight. Continue tight. Shot. 10.
Well, India came into this final end with a 3-point lead.
9 pe abhi.
They have a couple of points to play with in this bronze medal match.
Roke aim. Aim roke. Yes. Roke. Elbow tight puri. Elbow tight. Short. 10.
I may be wrong. I think those might actually be thumb release triggers. Thumb trigger release aids.
Now we see the Turkish arrow has been marked now for a measure.
Short. Broke it tight. 9. Down 9. थोड़ा late हो गया इसमें.
Now the Indian second arrow has been marked as well. So both teams could be on 29.
İyi nişan al. Yumuşak dokun tetiğe.
Turkey have to put the pressure on with a big score now with their final 3 arrows.
Bravo. Haydi İpek. Sağa gidiyor. İpek bekle ortada. Durdur yayını. Bravo X.
Oh, the 16-year-old shooting an X there. It still counts as 10, but it's just that little bit closer to the spider in the center of the target.
Sağ tarafı iyi otur. İyi nişan al. 10 saniye. Bravo. 10.
And a 10 for Yesin Boston. So a potential 2-9 for India here. They have room to move.
Oh, nice shot there. It was a good timed shot, and I think it was very strong.
Confidence. Normal shot मारना अपना.
So still on for a 2-2-9.
Aim rope के proper.
And that 10
Elbow tight.
taking the pressure off her teammates.
Short 10.
And another 10 there. Jyoti Sureka Venom just needs an 8 to take the bronze medal here for India at the World Championships.
Yes. What time है? Tight shot. Tight पूरा. Short X.
Well, an X to finish things off in style. A perfect 30 for India. They trailed by 2 after the first end, but they came back so strongly, adjusted to the conditions, and they've taken the bronze medal at the World Championships. Well, Vanessa, an impressive performance by this young Indian team.
I think the name of the game is consistency. If you look at their scorecard, they started off with a 55, but they had 58 all the way through. The Turkish team struggled a little bit. Although they did have a high score, they weren't as consistent as the Indian team.
Yeah, and that 53 from Turkey in the second end paid its price, didn't it? Because it switched things around massively for the Indian team.
I totally agree. I'm very happy for the Indian team, and I think they would be happy with their World Championship bronze medal as well.
Yeah, a first for Muskan Kirar and Raj Kaur at the World Championships, but there are India with Jyoti Sureka Venom taking her 3rd medal in the World Championships in the women's team compound. India are the bronze medalists in Den Bosch in 2019. And there is confirmation from the target judge. They were here early. They looked ready. The coach had a nice calm sound to his voice throughout. But you could certainly hear that he was trying to keep them in the zone throughout that whole bronze medal match. And it worked a treat. Muskan Kira, Raj Kaur and Jyoti Sureka Venom take the bronze medal for India. Well, they trailed by a couple of points, India, after the first end. But they came back strongly. And here we take a look at 3 of the 10s from the Indian team having adjusted in the second end. Turkey did fight back hard. They were close to the centre too. In fact, the groupings for both teams was fabulous. And India shooting really well to finish the match off. 3 10s to do the job in style, and the celebrations are there for all to see. the coach playing his part and enjoying the celebrations from the fans in the crowd. Braving the elements. They're looking ready for more archery here, and so are we. But India have taken the bronze here in the Netherlands. Well, back on the range, and it's time for the gold medal match here in the women's compound team event. 50 meters, the archers shoot over, and we are looking forward to seeing Chinese Taipei take on the USA. Well, a brilliant backdrop there of St. Jan's Cathedral, and this is how the two teams got to this gold medal match. Chinese Taipei shooting a 20.66 to be ranked 9th. The USA shooting a 20.75 to be ranked 7th. Chinese Taipei took out Colombia and Turkey on their way to the gold medal match. The USA, well, they impressed, taking out Korea in the quarterfinals and then beat India in the semis. The USA have a very young team with lots of junior world medals amongst them, but now they're going for a senior title. Chinese Taipei boast the 2004 Olympic team bronze medalist Chen Li-ju, but it is a buoyant team from the USA that faced them. Let's go and welcome them to the range. Well, Chinese Taipei lead them out. The 23-year-old world number 21, Chen Yixuan. The Olympic team bronze medalist from Beijing, the 38-year-old Chen Li-ju, is the world number 30, and the world number 16, 29-year-old Huang Yizhu.
Representing Chinese Taipei,
Well, Chinese Taipei will face the USA. 24-year-old Paige Pierce, who's the world number 22. The 19-year-old sensation who's blasted on to the range this season, Alexis Ruiz, who is the world number 6. And the 20-year-old world number 52, Cassidy Cox. Well, Vanessa, this USA team have really impressed here. I'm particularly noting that quarterfinal win over Korea, a 225 to a 218.
I was actually there, and it was a crazy match to watch, and I think the USA really pulled through with strong shots and consistency. They previously won this title in 95, 2003, and 2011. And Chinese Taipei has never had a world champion at this tournament. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. Is it going to be history, or is it going to be, young, new archers? Actually, both teams will have young archers, but I think it'll be a great match to watch.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, lots of support from the crowd here, but there's lots of locals here watching these World Championships. And as Vanessa says, will we see history with this team, Chinese Taipei, taking a world title, or will the young blood of the USA come through for gold?
Nice strong shot now when you started.
The Americans will get us underway here, and it's Paige Pierce to start the gold medal match.
Nine, just underneath it. Perfect left and right. Yeah.
Coach happy
Nice
with the
front shot,
horizontal. Just need to increase the vertical a tiny bit to get into the 10.
10. Good shot right there.
There we go. Just like the first match we saw, low 9 to start and a 10 right after. That might just be good communication.
Nine at 8 o'clock. Just a little left.
28 of a maximum 30 for the USA. Oh, a good start, but lots of communication from the American coach. We switch over to Chen Yixuan for Chinese Taipei. Long hold here.
Oh, and a really low arrow there. I think she was maybe overthinking a little bit too much, trying to over-aim.
Chen Li-ju there, correcting things. Halfway stage, early stage, but Chinese Taipei trailing by 1 already.
Yep, excellent. Good job.
Excellent shot from Paige. She looked so calm and confident during that.
And that's the thing about this young American team. They're not flamboyant, but they come with an air of confidence that must add a little more pressure to their opponents.
Nine, straight out the bottom. Cleaner, right at next spot. Go, Lexus. Strong shot.
Smooth and steady, just a little move of the head just before releasing to get herself in the final set position.
I think she moved her sight, and now she's just on the left side of the 10 ring.
Chinese Taipei can get a 57. Well, marked for a measure with that asterisk. That one's pretty clear, right in the X ring.
Clock's counting down.
Oh, she looked like she was pulling that one to assist it on its way. A 56 provisionally for Chinese Taipei, trailing by a point to the USA at the conclusion of the first end. But that fourth arrow is subject to a measure.
So that means, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 point ahead.
Target 1.
Chinese Taipei.
Six,
Only the first
9, 8.
can happen. Hartelijk welkom is over Mies. Mies die normaal graag naar je houdt. De scores voor u bij. Dat doet hij in het Engels, dat heeft u al gehoord. Want die zeggen vanmorgen ook allemaal heel goed Engels kunnen verstaan. Wel even een technisch dingetje. We zien de stutters vrij snel wegstappen.
Target 2, 10, 9,
Ja,
9.
voor 6 pijlen maar 120 seconden de tijd. En daarom willen de mensen eigenlijk veel mogelijk tijd besparen voor zo snel mogelijk uit te stappen.
Okay, arrows out, guys. Mark your...
Well, the right-hand target was the USA's target. We got the first 3 arrows from Chinese Taipei from the target judge, but now it has been confirmed as a 9 for Chinese Taipei. So they do indeed trail by 1. Vanessa, you can I know this is a World Championships and it's obviously stressful for everybody, but you can really feel the super tension here.
I totally agree. Tensions are high. This is for a World Championship title. If you're shooting against a team like USA, 1 point, every arrow is going to matter.
Well, here we look at the USA's arrows, and all below the spider there, the X in the middle of the target.
I think they're probably going to make some adjustments here. I'm excited to see what what's going to happen to their group in the next end.
Look, and I'm not saying that the USA are shooting badly, but that's their sighter end. They're going to get better, and they're already leading by a point. What are Chinese Taipei going to do here? They shoot first in the second end.
They just have to stick to their routine. They can't do anything different. They have to shoot confident shots and believe that they're doing all the right things.
Consistency, the key of the game to archery. Once you've got that, then you can start zoning in on the center of the target to shoot those 10s. So we go into the second end here. Chinese Taipei trailing just by a single point will shoot first as the rain starts to come down again in Den Bosch.
Karam, I just want you to watch Chen's pinky finger here.
Well, the archery technical term for the little finger on the drawing arm there, Vanessa. Yeah, up against the eye, and then part of her process is to lower it down. And it is each to their own, because Huang doesn't have that in her process.
You're totally right, and it really speaks to the routine in archery. It's so important to repeat the same thing over and over again.
Well, all left from Chinese Taipei in a line. How can the USA respond to a 27?
Now we're high. Maybe a little bit of an overcorrection. We'll see what Cassidy does here.
But definitely an adjustment. All the arrows in the first end from the USA low, so they've made some adjustment.
Good shot right there.
There's a good arrow for Cassidy. The rain actually just stopped, so I wonder if that's why maybe her arrow went a bit high.
Just a little bit of tension there on that shot.
Another high arrow. The sun. It looks like the sun might actually start peeking through. We'll see if Chinese Taipei has high arrows at all.
Yeah, conditions making a difference here. Shooting, expecting the rain, and then it stops as you release your arrow.
Just low. I think she's moving her sight.
Yeah, she does have a longer hold than the other members of the team, Huang. Puts pressure on Chen, but Chen responds with a 10.
All of Chinese Taipei's arrows are a little bit to the left. And what you're talking about with timing, it might just be why she's in the second shooting position. Might just work for them.
Well, she's got such a solid draw and such a solid action, Paige Pierce, and she puts it right down the middle of the target.
Nine at 3 o'clock. Perfect elevation.
Height really good, as you heard the coach say, perfect elevation, just a little right, but a chance here to increase the lead.
Yep, 10. Good job.
And takes it to the maximum. Another point lead for the USA at the halfway stage there. 2 points up in a game all about a cumulative score. It's Paige Pierce, Alexis Ruiz and Cassidy Cox of the USA leading the way in this gold medal match.
I love how Alexis just looks so comfortable and like she's just having fun out there. She's had an amazing season. She's really young. She's brand new to the senior level of shooting, and I just love her and love watching her enjoy the moment here.
Okay.
Yeah, Paige Pierce, though, she's very impressive in this gold medal match. She's looking very comfortable. She's got a big grin on her face as well. She must be happy with her shooting. And just look at this arrow from her. A knowing look as she glances down the 50-meter range. But look at this solid action on the line and then firing it into the center of the target.
We're going to be seeing Paige later on in the day for the women's compound gold. It might be actually a huge advantage that she's already shot on this field this morning.
Oh, she's looking very, very confident there in the middle. All three Americans with big smiles on their faces. They are leading by 2 points. They mustn't let complacency get in the way of their talent and their consistency here in this gold medal match. And you can see the different air in the Chinese Taipei camp. They will, of course, be looking to make the adjustments they need. Well, they've had their serious chat. Now it's a smile. Helps them relax and get through their process. Chen and Huang trailing by 2, but it's only the halfway stage, and they will shoot first at the start of this third end. And you can see how tiny the targets look as you look down the 50-meter range. Good start required from Chen Yixuan here.
Excellent shot. She's had 3 9s so far, and I hope she's dialed in now, and we'll see some more X's from her.
It's all about putting the pressure on when you're trailing. This is a good start to the third end from Chinese Taipei.
Oh, there we go. Excellent end and an excellent way to start.
Well, they look happy. Now it's all about how the USA respond. They have the lead. Can they push on from here? Again, looking solid. Just to the right, though.
I don't know what's happening with Paige. She had an arrow high left, then an X, then an arrow high right.
Cassidy Cox here, looking to get it in the center of the target.
9 at 4 o'clock. Low
Oh,
right.
both right. That one a little lower.
It's definitely making things a little bit more interesting, isn't it?
Alexis Ruiz, debut season.
Oh!
And the youngest member of the team puts it low and into the 8. An opportunity now for Chinese Taipei. They came in to this end trailing by 2 points.
Oh! Ah! I was scared. I was scared for a moment, but she corrected that.
Yeah. Pulling the bow laterally means the archer is not happy with how they were releasing it. Five 10s here for Chinese Taipei. They've dialed into the center just as the USA drop the ball. Just pulling that one. It was quite a long hold, but a 59 out of 60 is, well, marked as a 58 now, as the fourth arrow is subject to a measure. But 58 out of 60 is very good. Still looking comfortable.
Yes. That's more like the Paige Pierce we know.
Cassidy Cox up to the shooting line. She needs a 10 as well. Wow, she gets it. And Alexis Ruiz, can she recover from that 8 that she scored in her first arrow in this end? She's inside 10 seconds to go.
Just outside. You could see her teammate counting down for her. I think she was still shot it fairly calmly, though.
Yeah, she did. They all still look relaxed. And under this much pressure, that is incredible. But the 58 from Chinese Taipei is subject to a measure. That 4th arrow marked with an asterisk is going to have to be measured by the target judge.
X10, X99.
Well, that sounds like that 9 is going to remain a 9 for Chinese Taipei. Target judge will go and look at the American arrows as well.
998. X10, 9.
And that's confirmed the American score of 55. Those first 3 arrows, well, not their best, but Chinese Taipei have dialed into the center and are looking very, very strong now. Here we take a look at the 4 10s they shot, and that first arrow was absolutely superb. All 3 contributing to that big score in the 3rd end when they were trailing by 2. That was the 9, the single 9 that they got there in that end. And they came in trailing by 2. They've come out trailing by 1. Sorry, leading by 1, I should say. A big turnaround.
This sport is crazy. What a turn of events. How every arrow is so important. Every point is so important. And we're going for the World Championship title for the women's team. And it's just a 1-point difference. This is crazy.
Well, look at the change in the mood in the Chinese Taipei camp. All smiles now. They need to focus, but I don't think this American team are done just yet. They're trailing. They'll shoot first in the 4th end, and sometimes a wounded beast is more dangerous than you expect. Another low one from Paige Pierce.
We're going to need to see some 10s here.
Nine at 2 o'clock. Half a shaft out at 2. Here we go, Alexis. Nice strong shot here. Put it in the middle.
Yes, there it is.
Well, 1 low, 1 a little high, and 1 in the middle from that lady there, Alexis Ruiz. But a 28 means there's a big opportunity for Chinese Taipei.
She didn't like that one. You could hear her go, after the shot.
相信自己判断啊，专心啊。对 ，10，最后31啊，31啊，专心啊。
Great shot.
Well, they've taken another point advantage over the USA here. USA need to shoot strongly to put some pressure on Chinese Taipei.
X, good shot.
Good shot from Paige Pierce.
That's what we need to see.
Oh, that's a low 7.
Nice strong shot, Alexis.
Pressure getting to Cassidy Cox there. Alexis Ruiz just needs to go through a process here and try and get into the center of the target.
X, good shot.
And that is an X. That's right in the center of the target. That's exactly what they needed. But now Chinese Taipei have a massive opportunity. A 229, their notional maximum target here.
Okay, 10, that's 10.
And that is a cracking start to their final 3 arrows. This for the World Championship title here. 2 more arrows to go. And up is Huang Yiju.
Okay, 10.
Long hold again, but it's another 10 here. And this is a massive opportunity to take Chinese Taipei to the world title in 2019. Chen Liju to shoot last.
Okay, 10.
And another 10 and a cracking finish from Chinese Taipei. They are the world champions.
First time ever they've become world champions. I think it's Chen missed her university graduation. I'm pretty sure she feels it was worth it.
Certainly is. They trailed by 1 point after the first end, but they came back so strongly, and those last 2 ends from Chinese Taipei were absolutely brilliant. A 58 followed by a superb 59 has taken them to the 2019 Women's Compound Team gold medal. Thumbs up all around, and I'm not surprised. And the air, the mood in the camp changed throughout that match. They went from being stoic, concentrated, focused and determined to actually starting to relax when they knew they'd found the center.
You're totally right. It just speaks to how strong they are mentally. They were down 2 points after 2 sets, and the fact that they were able to come back against such a strong team like the USA is such an amazing feat. Well done for them.
Well, respectful applause from Chinese Taipei for the USA team. They are, of course, the silver medalist Paige Pierce, Cassidy Cox and Alexis Ruiz, but it's Chen Liju, Chen Yishuan and Huang Yiju who have taken the world title. Well, the cathedral is one of the most historic buildings in the Netherlands, and we're making some history here with Chinese Taipei taking their first ever world archery title. And it was a superb match, as Vanessa said. They trailed by 2 points at the halfway stage, but they fought back so strongly, put pressure on the USA, and the USA dropped a few more points than they would have liked. Here we look back. And that was the 8 in the first end there for Huang Yiju. The USA responding with 2 10s in that first end. But once Chinese Taipei dialed into the center after this confident start from the USA, Alexis Ruiz hitting the X, Cassidy Cox also performing superbly well until that 7 in the final end, which opened the door for Chinese Taipei. And in the end, it was a comfortable 3 10s that finished things off, and they became the world champions just like that. And the celebrations, well, they're all to see for everybody. They looked superb throughout those final 2 ends. And you've got to feel for Cassidy Cox there, Vanessa, dropping that 7, that can't have felt great.
I do, but this is a team event, and it doesn't come down to one arrow, really. It's a whole score that's cumulative. So she did shoot a 7, which is very uncharacteristic of her, but it's a team event, and it's a team effort.
Yeah, lots of communication required, and in the end, it was a team effort that took Chinese Taipei to the gold medal here in Den Bosch. Well, that's the women's team medals sorted out. Coming up very soon, it's the compound men's team finals. But first, we celebrate the women's medalists here at the 2019 World Championships in the Netherlands.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the compound women team. Dames en heren, Sertogenbos. De medailleceremonie voor de categorie dames team compound. Medals will be presented by World Archery Board member. De medailles zullen worden overhandigd door World Archery bestuurslid Jean-Michel Cléroy. The gifts will be presented by Sertogenbos Alderman. De cadeaus zullen worden overhandigd door de wethouder namens de gemeente Sertogenbos, Mike van der Geld. Bronze medal representing India. Bronzen medaille namens India. Muskan Kirat.
Well, here are the bronze medalists, India. Muskan Kira, the 19-year-old, along with the 28-year-old Raj Kaur, and Jyoti Sureka Venom at 22 is collecting her 3rd team medal here at the World Championships. She's got the lot: gold, silver, and now bronze.
Jyoti Sureka Venom. Silver medal representing the United States of America. Zilveren medaille namens de Verenigde Staten van Amerika.
And here are the silver medalists. I think they probably are a little disappointed. In fact, Cassidy Cox there collecting her medal. I think she's probably thinking about that 7, but it is a team effort. And they are the silver medalists at the World Championships. Paige Pierce there in the middle, collecting her medal. And Alexis Ruiz, after a cracking season so far, has picked up a World Championship silver medal. A local delicacy of a waffle here, particularly special waffle to this area, so I'm
Gold
told.
medal and world champions. Gouden medaille. Wereldkampioen. representing Chinese Taipei.
But here they are, the 2019 World Champions, Chinese Taipei. That's Huang Yizhu in the middle there, collecting her medal. Chen Yishuan got hers first, and Chen Liju also with her gold medal, making history for Chinese Taipei at these World Championships. The 50th edition of the World Archery World Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Well, so happy there. And now it's time to hear the national anthem from Chinese Taipei.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes. Dames en heren, Den Bosch. Een hartelijk applaus voor onze top 3 atleten.
Well, there we go. Muskankira, Raj Kaur, Jyoti Sureka, Venom take the bronze for India. Paige Pierce, Alexis Ruiz and Cassidy Cox taking silver for the USA. But the new world champions are Chinese Taipei. Chen Yishuan, Chen Liju and Huang Yizhu are the gold medalists here in Den Bosch. Well, the sun comes out here. No, it doesn't look like that, but trust me, the sun is glowing from left to right on the three teams there standing for their photo op. Well, they braved the weather here at the start of the day. It's dried up a little bit, and what a cracking gold medal match they got after a superb bronze which India took. The smiling teams walking off the field of play, and there's Archie, the mascot of these championships. He's had a busy couple of weeks. Well, you can see that the sun is just starting to pop out there. Umbrella's still up though, so the conditions still a little changeable.
Here for you at the Hyundai World Archery Championships in September.
No wind at all, which is an archer's worst enemy. But in the shadow of this beautiful cathedral and that fabulous clock tower, well, a marching band coming out to entertain the crowd here. very resplendent. Well, the top secret band, a fabulous addition to these World Championships, but Chinese Taipei have just taken gold. Let's go down and see what they have to say.
Ladies, congratulations, what a fantastic performance. Second ever gold medal for Chinese Taipei. How does it feel to win this medal?
你们表现得非常优异哈，这是我们中华台北第2次得到金牌，你们感觉如何？
这是我第1次参加世锦赛，然后能有这样的表现，很感谢我的队友，我觉得很开心。
It's very delightful to win the gold medal. It's first time for me. Yeah. So.
The third end was the important one. It's when you pulled back on the USA and took the lead. What were you thinking in that moment?
就是在第3局的时候，我们领先了美国队。那你们当时的心情感觉怎么样？
其实没有太大的起伏，我们还是做好我们自己该做的事情，然后相信队友，然后相信我们一定可以逆转胜。
Our mind didn't change a lot because we believe in. We are so confident and we believe in our team.
Closing a match is exceptionally important, and you closed that match really, really well. How proud of you of your team here today?
就是说我们今天表现真的很好哈，你们对于我们自己的队感觉应该是非常的骄傲，还没有其他的感觉。
就很感谢我们的就是国家队2年的培训，然后有今年的成果，从去年2018到今年2019，我们的默契跟实力都有大明显的幅度提升。
Thank you for our the training for our national team in past 2 years. Let us perform better.
Congratulations, girls. Let's get a nice shot of your medals. Well done, well done.
That was absolutely brilliant to hear the insightful comments from that team. So confident throughout the match. And they were the deserving gold medalist. Well, the archery world has taken over this beautiful city for the past 2 weeks, featuring many different disciplines, including visually impaired archery. Here we speak to Chris McFadden, who talks us through how it works.
Visually impaired archery is basically about archery, like able-bodied would do, but just with maybe a little bit of a disadvantage with having less sight. Visually impaired people have got an extra, how should we say, addition to their equipment, and it's a tactile frame. We aim naturally by our sight, so to help the visually impaired archer, they have a tactile frame with a touching device, which comes on the back of their hand. They align their body just like anybody else. Their left hand or right arm goes out, touches the tactile device. That tells them they're in line with the target. Everybody has to work on their own individual technique with reference points, exactly the same with visually impaired archers. We've got visually impaired 1, totally blind guys who are classified V1, B1. We've got B2, B3 who have got partial sight. You know, the agent and the archer relationship is super important. You know, without the agent, and it's equally a team, okay? Without the agent and the archer together, working together closely, it wouldn't work. You know, the agent is responsible from behind just to tell the archer in the competition where the arrow is landing. It's a challenge. And if you listen to most guys, if you talk to them after the, why do you take up archery? Why do you take up visually impaired archery? Well, it's a challenge, isn't it? Why can't I do that?
I can't explain it. It's unbelievable. It's something I worked 15 years now for, and it's finally worked out for me, and I'm really, really happy.
It's just been a fantastic competition. I mean, the standards with the VIs are just going through the roof now. It's getting harder and harder every year.
some of these guys make it look easy. It is not easy. There's hours and hours and hours of practice that goes in at their home clubs, in their gardens, in their sheds. You know, just like the normal able-bodied archer. They're shooting at 3 meters in a garage. They're shooting at clubs. They're trying to get somebody just to go and collect their arrows so that they can shoot. But they're trying to highlight the skill of alignment. They're trying to highlight the skill of repetitive motion, and then put a blindfold on. You know, and to an able-bodied archer, that's almost the same. We're trying to shoot the same way every time. So these guys here wouldn't accept that they're any different from able-bodied archers. They're just accepting an extra challenge. That's all it is.
Well, fascinating stuff there, and a real insight into the challenges faced by visually impaired archers, and a challenge they're readily able to step up to. Vanessa, that is a really good insight to what visually impaired archers have to face.
I totally agree, and I love what Chris said. They're not any different from able-bodied archers. The shot is the same. The only thing is that they aim just a little bit differently, but what a fantastic feature there. I just loved it.
Yeah, and I love the way I referred to that extra piece of equipment. Well, this is the fabulously named Top Secret Drum Corps. Came to fame in 2003 when they were invited to the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, and they've travelled the world ever since. Unfortunately, they're visiting us here in Den Bosch. From Russia to Canada, Australia to the USA, South Africa to China, and all over Europe, this Swiss band are here to entertain the crowd, and they've returned to the Edinburgh Military Tattoo every time since 2003, every 3 years. Well, that's an interesting way to
that's awesome.
I don't think I've ever seen drummers drumming with their drumsticks on fire.
If they're top secret, I wonder how people know about them.
Well, it'll keep their hands warm, that's for sure, as they blow out their drumsticks. Oh, and what a brilliant line from the stadium announcer there. The Top Secret band were on fire.
Literally.
Keeping the crowd warm between matches. It is fascinating how they, the mirror of archery here, he says, desperately trying to talk about. The mirror of archery, though, they've got to stay in rhythm, they've got to be consistent.
You know what? I actually did play. I played drums most of my life, and it's about It's about precision. Okay. It's about persistence and repetition, and practice is about quality. So I really do see the parallels there. I'm not stretching too far, am I?
Not at all. They are very good. Well, coming up now, it's time for the men's team compound medal matches. And first up on the 50-meter range, it's time for the bronze medal to be decided. And it's Colombia versus the Netherlands. Well, let's take a look at how the teams got here. Obviously losing in the semi-finals. Colombia shot a 21.07 to be ranked 5th in the ranking round. The Netherlands straight 2100 to be ranked 7th. Colombia knocked out France in the quarterfinals before losing to Korea and the Netherlands beat the USA before losing to Turkey. So it's Colombia versus the Netherlands for bronze. Well, two massive teams coming out for this bronze medal match. Let's go back down to the range to welcome them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes in the field for the compound men's team bronze medal match.
Well, coming up first, it's Colombia, the 21-year-old Sebastian Arenas, the 24-year-old Camilo Andres Cardona, and the 30-year-old Daniel Munoz.
Representing Colombia, Sebastian Arenas, Camilo Andres Cardona, Daniel Munoz.
Well, famous faces in the crowd supporting Colombia. Sarah Lopez there. Colombia will face the Netherlands, another massive team. The 25-year-old Mike Schlusser, 38-year-old Peter Elzinger, and the 25-year-old Sil Patter.
Representing the Netherlands, Peter Elzinga, Sil Pater, Mike Schlusser.
Well, we saw lots of support for the Colombian team, but of course we are here in the Netherlands, and one would expect that this Dutch team are going to get the crowd going massively, Vanessa.
For sure, this is the match that the crowd has really been waiting for. I'm sure they're really happy to see their own home team shooting for the bronze here.
Well, Colombia on target 1 will be shooting first as we watch the fist bumps from what looks like a very confident Dutch team on the left on target 1. But first up is the world number 15, Daniel Munoz. World number 84, Sebastian Arenas, will shoot second for Colombia. The third archer for Colombia is the world number 35, Camilo Andres Cardona.
There's a slight tailwind now. We don't have rain, but the conditions are slightly changing here.
27 out of a possible 30 for Colombia. And it's world number 1, Mike Schlusser, to shoot first for the Netherlands. And that is a perfect start for Mr. Perfect.
I think we have to call him Sir now.
Sal Patter, the world number 47, shooting second for the Dutch team. And Elzinger is the world number 14, shooting third. First 2 arrows for Colombia, subject to a measure here.
That was a strong shot from Daniel.
Bags of time left for the Colombians. They've been shooting pretty quickly.
And I love to see that in a finals match. It just shows that they're sticking to the routine and not overthinking things.
Oh, I've got nearly a full 20 seconds left on the clock, and finishing with a 10-9-10 is a strong finish indeed to the first end.
Uncharacteristic of Sir Mr. Perfect.
Well, 2 10s from the Netherlands in their final 3 arrows. They're confirmed on a 57, but we will have a measure on those first 2 arrows from Colombia. So notionally on a 56, but they could be marked up to a 58.
Sylvie had zoiets van, ik sta gewoon in Den Helder. Jij ook en Mike, jij dingetjes doen. Hij is meekijken op grote schermen voor de target van Colombia. Om te kijken waar het nou... Oké. Daar precies terecht is gekomen. Kijk even met ons mee.
10, 9, 9. X, X, 9.
Well, that was the important measure there. And it looks like one of the 2 arrows will be marked up.
X, 9, 9. X, 10, 9.
And confirmation of the Dutch score as part of the process, but it looks like one of those marked 9s is going to get pushed up to a 10. And there we go. Confirmation. Those 2 arrows were very, very close to the line, one making the 10 ring, and here they are. I think it was that one that got marked up to the 10. That one remained a 9. So, just like that, we're all square, and we're into a 3-end match, effectively.
Kerem, I just want to talk about the order of shooting here, and I think the Netherlands is a prime example of a classic order. So they start with Mike Schlosser, and he shoots in the middle, so he's giving his archers something to aim at. The second archer doesn't maybe have as much experience, so he might feel a little bit more comfortable in the middle. And lastly, Peter Elzinga, he has a lifetime of experience, and he knows how to handle the pressure. That's why he might be in third. Every team is a little bit different, but I think that might be their strategy for the Netherlands.
Yeah, interesting point there. Schlosser going out first to give his teammates something to aim at. And the experienced Elzinga shooting second. But we're all square at the start of the second end here. And Colombia will shoot first again.
Excellent shot from Daniel to start off this end.
Well, a good shot there to follow it up, and Colombia also going with their strongest archer first. Putting their lowest ranked archer in the middle. And then Cardona to finish things off, just going into the 8 ring and a little left.
You know, I don't know what happened there, and he's not making any changes, so maybe it was just a bad shot. That's 2 low 9s for Mike.
Okay.
Munoz hitting a 9. And 2 9s from Colombia, opening the door here for Netherlands. So a 59 possible for the Netherlands here, and an opportunity to take what could be quite a big lead.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
You can see Mike just switched his bow to his backup there.
yeah, that was an interesting move there as Silpata takes his second arrow here, but Schlusser not happy with his equipment. Peter Elzinger here still has a chance to take a 1-point lead with a 10.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, what a shot there. The experience of Elzinger showing through as the Netherlands squeeze out to a 1-point lead at the halfway stage in this bronze medal match.
Mike?
Well, he's not looking at his absolute best. He is called Mr. Perfect for a reason, but he shot 2 9s in that end, and here we'll see them just low on the first one, and just, well, it's low as well, but a little left. But as you said, Vanessa, he changed his bow.
Every archer that comes to the finals brings a backup bow, and it kind of just gives me the impression that Mike feels good about his shots. He probably thinks that they're going to go in the middle, but because he's not getting the result, he feels like, okay, maybe I just need to switch it out and see if this bow is going to perform a little bit differently.
But surely the archers will have the bows as identical as they possibly can be.
They do. They're almost identical, but no matter how identical they might be, the feel is a little bit different, and they might shoot slightly different.
Yeah, he's having a good old look at it, and look at his face. He's going, I don't know what's going on. I know I'm supposed to be shooting 10s, and I think I am shooting 10s, but they're going into the 9 ring. He's confused, but the key thing here is this is a team game, and his teammates are doing really well, and they've eked the Netherlands out to a 1-point lead. He's got to just brush this one off, Mike Schlusser, and remember that he is Sir Perfect.
Exactly. He needs to remember why he is so good, why he's called Mr. Perfect, and that his shots are strong. He needs to stick to his process, his routine, and execute that when he's shooting.
Start of the third end here in this gripping bronze medal match for the compound men's division here. Colombia to shoot first, trailing just by a single point, and it's Daniel Munoz. They've been shooting pretty quickly, Colombia, but that looked like a long hold.
Maybe a slightly little bit longer than what we're used to.
Well, that was a good shot. You mentioned that there's a bit of wind going on there, and that flag on the back of Uranus' quiver there, giving us a good example of what it's like on the shooting line. Good shooting from Colombia. When you're trailing, you shoot first, and the key is to put down a big marker for your opponents.
Yes!
Oh, he's back in the middle. 2 9s in the first. Sorry, 2 9s in the second end, and he's on the X ring again. Long hold. Should be a 9. It's on the line. But that was a long hold from Sul Pata.
Looked a little quick for Peter, and I just don't think it was the exact shot he was hoping for. Both of Daniel's arrows a little bit left.
Perfecta.
Perfecta indeed. Very different to the first 2 ends for Colombia, though. Inside 10 seconds for Cardona. No matter, a 59 out of 60 for Colombia. The Netherlands need a perfect score here in their final 3 arrows to stay on level terms.
There we go.
Lekker Sil! Goeie. He was happy with that one. It was another quick one from Elzinga, but a 58 plays 59 in the third end, and it is all level. Well, Colombia haven't shot badly at all, but they needed that 59 to draw level, and here we take a look at those arrows. The line in the middle looking pretty consistent, and just one high and one low. The low one's still in the 10 though, Vanessa.
Yeah, and that's what really matters, is that it's just in the 10, and that's fine. I want to point out Daniel's arrows. It was the left 9, and he had one of the left 10s. So I'm hoping he's going to move his sight or make a couple changes to bring those into the middle a little bit more.
Well, Colombia looking like they might be zoning in on the middle, getting better throughout the match, but it's this man here, Mike Schlüsser, whose game has changed. He's used to seeing the arrows flying into the center, shot 2 9s in the second end, but he's zoned into the middle now, and that can only be good for the Netherlands as well. So a very tight match here for bronze in the Netherlands. Well, they're still down at the target and adjusting something on the left-hand target. I think the agent's still collecting the arrows for Colombia, in fact, I think they're replacing one of the targets. And there, the Dutch crowd, well, the Dutch team, in fact, in the crowd. I think you spotted Steve Weiler there. And there is that target being replaced. Didn't look like it was overly damaged, that target.
No, but targets can get damaged when you're pulling arrows. There's a lot of poundage behind compound bows, so in order to pull these arrows out, you need a lot of force, and in order to produce that force, you might have to push against the target, which might make them not as clean.
Well, they changed it for good reason, no doubt. The Dutch team geeing themselves up, a little pep talk in that break. But it will be the Colombians here who will shoot first. The fourth and final end of the bronze medal match.
His hold has gotten longer progressively throughout the match.
Muy bien. Bien. Igual, Camilo.
Well, good grouping from the Colombians there.
Bien, bien. Eso es.
Well, nice shooting from the Colombians, a 29 out of a possible 30 halfway through this final end. Back to the Dutch team, who have the crowd behind them.
Oh.
Very uncharacteristic from Mike Schlisser. His third 9 of the match.
Good save.
There we go.
He's been solid, Solpata. Peter Elzinga going for a 10 to keep the Dutch level with Colombia. Whoa, that's the best shot of the match so far. Tickling the spider. It's all square with 3 to go. And look, will we see the last second wink from Daniel Munoz.
That was a quick shot.
Igual se va. Eso es.
Well, the Netherlands might see that 9 as an opportunity. One more arrow to go for Camilla Andres Cardona.
Sigue la línea, sigue la línea. Yes.
And he shot that into the 10. So a 29 for the last 3 arrows for Colombia. The Netherlands need to shoot a 29 to draw level and force a tiebreaker. A 30 will get them the bronze medal.
Good, Mike.
This is massive for the Dutch team. Peter Elzinga needs to hit the middle ring to take the bronze medal. Oh, what a cracker from Peter Elzinga. All the pressure was on him to shoot the 10, and the Dutch have taken the bronze medal here in the Netherlands.
They must be so relieved in front of a home crowd. I think they are just ecstatic right now, and I think everyone's just very happy for them. I'm so happy for them.
It was an off-form Mr. Perfect, Mike Schlusser, who started the first half of the match all out of sorts, but he came together, and it was his teammates around him, Peter Elzinger and Sil Patter, left and right of the big man in the middle, who held the Dutch team together. And hats off to Colombia as well. They shot a brilliant match with a 230, but it just wasn't enough in the end.
It just wasn't enough, and I think when it came down to it, when the pressure was really on, the Netherlands performed when they really needed to.
Well, there you go. The crowd go wild as confirmation comes through that Peter Elzinger, who anchored the team, Sil Patter and Mike Schlusser are the bronze medalists at the 2019 World Championships. Well, the crowd respectfully giving a round of applause to Colombia, but we look back on this match and it was an uncharacteristic start for Mike Schlusser, shooting 2 9s in the first half of the match. Peter Elzinger was solid throughout, the 38-year-old really anchoring the team. There is Schlusser swapping his bow midway through the match, and boy, did it make a difference. Shooting 2 10s with the replacement bow. But it was this man here who shot a brilliant match, and this for the bronze medal. A superb roar from Peter Elzinger, and Mike Schlusser puts his hands up and wraps his arms around his teammates who held him together when he usually is seen hitting the center of the target time after time. Coming up now, it is the men's compound team gold medal match, and what a lineup we've got. It's Korea versus Turkey. You take a look at how the teams got to this stage. Korea shooting a 21-27 in the ranking round to be ranked first. Turkey a 21-09 to be ranked third. Korea coming through Norway in the quarterfinals, and then Colombia in the semifinals. Turkey taking out Denmark and Netherlands on their way to this gold medal match. Well, Korea boast Kim Jong-ho, who took the gold medal in the team event in 2014 and 16. Will he get it here again in 2019?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the compound men's team gold medal match.
Well, here they come, the Korean team. World number 12, Kim Jong-ho. The world number 193, Yang Jae-won. And the world number 20, Choi Young-hee.
On target number 1, representing the Republic of Korea, Choi Young-hee, Kim Jong-ho, Yang Jae-won.
Was that So Chai-won in the crowd?
Yes, and she's cow candy on Instagram. I don't know why. Cow candy.
There you go. Good knowledge. Well, here come the Turkish team, their opponents. Suleiman Araz, Evren Kayran, and Mohamed Yetim.
Suleiman Araz, Evren Kayran, Mohamed Yetim. Line judge for this match is Bettina Grafmüller.
Well, Vanessa, this is an interesting one, isn't it? Korea against Turkey. The Koreans usually very, very solid and tend to climb up in terms of their zoning in on the centre throughout matches. That seems to be a concurrent theme with all of the Korean teams. But Turkey, a very strong team, and this team looking very, very solid here.
You're totally right, Karam, and I'm really excited for this match in particular because I find both these countries with their compound men's teams have a lot of parallels. They're very young, and they haven't always been a dominant force in the compound world, especially Korea. They are very strong in recurve, but recently they started getting stronger in compound, and kind of the same thing with Turkey, but they're really doing well. I'm excited to see what happens here.
Well, you can see that red clock on the left-hand side down at the end of the range, indicating that Korea on target 2 will shoot first here in this gold medal match. A World Championship title at stake.
좋다. 끝까지. 9시, 10시, 10시. 10시. 살짝 10시 있어.
형, 바로 9시로 가요.
10시 쪽.
정조준하고 썼는데 9시로 간다.
끝까지. 9시.
Choi Young-hee following suit after Kim Jong-ho went left into the 9. Yang Jae-won, the youngest on the team, shooting third for Korea, certainly in the first rotation, hits the middle of the target. We switch over to Evren Kairan for Turkey. Well, he got a team bronze medal in 2014. He's going to go at least one better here. Hands over to Suleiman Araz.
Yavaş, yavaş. Acele etme. Çıkmak için acele etme. İyi misin?
Mohamed Yetim, the world number 75, shoots third.
Yeah. Haydi beyler haydi. Çok keyifli maç oluyor haydi.
So Korea's switched their order here, and they have Choi shooting first now.
They are, of course, allowed to shoot in a different order, and now it's Yang shooting second. He shot third in the first rotation. Well, they've dialed in to the centre. Here's the big man, world number 12, Kim Jong-ho. Little finger waggling around. And all 3 10s for Korea in their second rotation. A 58 out of 60, but Turkey can get to 59 if they shoot 3 10s themselves.
Durdur kardeşim. Sol kolun. Çok iyi be. Güzel.
There's a high arrow there.
12 önünde yukarıda.
He seems to be asking his coach or teammate what they think had happened.
Sakin, slow. Sakin, vazgeçme. X, bravo. Kardeşim benim. Muhammed 25 saniyen var. Evren sayacak sana, merak etme.
10 required to stay level.
Aferin. Sağ taraf.
Oh, big correction at the end there. He probably felt it going right and tried to swing his bow arm to make a correction.
Well, it worked enough to get the 9, but after the first end, Turkey trail by 1, and the Koreans dialed in to the center of the target. First two arrows were 9s from Korea, but very close together. They adjusted things and came out with 3 X's and a 10. And they looked mighty impressive. Dialing into the center of the target in the first end could be very ominous for Turkey here in this gold medal match. Vanessa, they're having a little chat here. My Korean's not so good, so interesting about the order change, isn't it, for the Koreans?
It is, and I don't know if that's something that they consistently do, but it seemed to have worked for them. And it's quite cool to see because it just shows that they have faith in each other, they trust the process, and they're just going to shoot the best shots they can.
And to me, it does look like Kim is going to step up to shoot first for them. Of course, with the lead, they will shoot the second 3 arrows in this second end, but Kim's up front and ready to go, so leading them out and then anchoring them in each end.
Yeah, so like I said, maybe it's just something that they consistently do. Kim's going to shoot first, followed by Choi and Yang. Then in the second half, Choi will lead off, and Kim will close out the end for them.
Well, they look comfortable. As we get a close-up of one of the spare bows and that long stabilizer it's leaning on at the front. The Turkish coach gets them ready. Final few words as Turkey shoot first in the second end of this gold medal match.
ihtiyacımız var. Aferin Şilo. Güçlü ol. X. Haydi Muhammed. Al aşağı istiyorsan git.
Well, Turkey sticking with their initial order. Kairan shooting first, Aras second, and this is Yetim.
Tamamla atışını.
Gives you a very good view of what the archers look at and how long it takes that arrow to get down, or how quick it takes that arrow to get down the 50-meter range. Over to Korea and Kim Jong-ho.
화이팅! 9.9 10볼 봐봐야 돼. 좋아, 용이. 9.9? 나이스. 괜찮아, 괜찮아. 자, 화이팅!
Well, they've stuck with their initial starting pattern. Yang J1 to shoot third in the first rotation. Now, will they change rotation again here? And how important is it to switch that around quickly? We look there.
It's very important. You don't have a lot of time in team matches, and you need to communicate very effectively.
Now, it looks like they're going with the same pattern as the first end as we switch back to Turkey.
First shot in the middle for Kegaran right now. I'm happy that he found the middle.
Doğru yerde kardeşim. Sakın vazgeçme. Yes.
Another 10.
Haydi beyler.
So pressure being put on Korea here. Can Yetim get them to 58 with another 10? Uses a blinker on his cap, and he has indeed shot another 10. I think, in fact, that's an X. It's right in the center of the target. But Korea, if you remember correctly, changed their order in the first end and shot 3 10s in the second rotation.
10X! 용이야, 잠깐만. 조금만 뒤. 뒷팔 확실하게. 5.9.
They were telling him to be very confident and make the decision to shoot the shot.
여유 있어. 끝까지.
Just tickling the line there, but that 57 means Turkey have drawn level with Korea, and they are looking pretty strong themselves. We're at the halfway stage, and it's 115 for both teams.
Oklarınıza bir bakar mısınız? Bir bakın bakalım oklarınıza.
Well, you need to stay cool when you're trailing against the Koreans, and it was a brilliant comeback and a great response from Turkey. The second rotation resulted in these 3 10s, and a superb shooting, and they are dialed into the center themselves.
They really are. I think Araz has shot all 10s throughout the entire match, and his teammates are really dialed in now along with him.
Well, smiles all around there, and the coach looking pretty comfortable. And crucial for them to stay very calm here as they give instructions to the team members. But it's also crucial for those team members to communicate well between each other.
Oh, definitely. And you'll see a lot of archers, when they're at full draw, their teammates will constantly be talking to them, whether they're talking about the wind or specific points that they like to hear for their shot. You'll see them encouraging each other, and I think that's a great part about archery and the team round.
Well, it's all calm and serene in the Korean camp. No real communication as they look down the range. They shot first at the beginning of the match, and with the scores all tied, it's Korea to shoot first in the third end of this world title playoff match.
There's a good shot. Yes.
여기 좋아. 확실히 있게 쏴. 여기 쏘면 들어간다. 끝까지.
Look at how close those two arrows are.
They were telling him to continue pulling right until the end.
And another X there, 3 10s. Great start from Korea. Kairan again shooting first.
Oh, great.
A good shot from the highest seeded archer in the Turkish team.
Both lead archers are giving their teammates great arrows to aim at.
Alır. Çok net önemli. Haydi Muhammed. Haydi Muhammed. Sağlam dur kardeşim.
Great response from Turkey. 30 apiece. Now in the switchover between the first and the second archers, there's something drops on the foot. What is that?
That's just a bow stand, and I guess they don't need it when they're shooting, right?
Of course.
좋아. 끝까지.
Bit of a longer hold, but another one right in the center of the target.
We haven't seen one arrow drop a point in this entire end.
Little finger wobble again. And another 10 again. Kim Jong-ho going for a perfect 60 for Korea in this third end of 4 of the gold medal match. Oh, what shooting from Korea. Don't forget, Turkey have already got a perfect 30 so far. Can they match the Koreans here? Kairan in the 10.
This is amazing shooting, and I'm so happy to watch this happening in such a high-pressure situation.
Önümden çık. Aferin Şilo. Hadi kardeşim. Vazgeçme. Yes.
Araz in the 10. Boy, this is really good from both teams. Yetim for a perfect 60 for Turkey to keep us all square in this gold medal match. Oh, he's dropped it into the 9. It's a 59 out of 60 for Turkey, which is pretty good. But Korea got a 60, and they've opened up a 1-point lead as we head into the final end. Well, Korea shooting not just 6 10s, but it was 6 X's. That means every arrow hit the very, very center ring there. And we're talking about something that, well, is not much bigger than a ping pong ball. Look how close those arrows are.
I can't tell you enough how amazing this is to see. So compound archery is all about precision, and aiming is one of the most critical aspects. The 10 ring is actually about the size of an apple. It's 8 centimeters. So they're almost, I think they're all in the X. That's incredible.
Yeah, and what's fabulous here is the first two were so close to each other. Well, we're getting a look down at the target here. I think we can see there is an air of confidence amongst this Korean team. And as I said right at the top, Vanessa, they tend to start well and then just get better. And that's exactly what's happened here.
You're totally right. And what I like about the Korean team is that they look so calm, confident. They don't get frazzled too much, and it looks like they're just staying focused on the task and executing it as well as possible.
Yeah, they don't talk much in these little breaks, but they are quite vocal on the shooting line. And that's very interesting to see. They keep themselves to themselves in the mini breaks, but they are leading. It is only by 1, and we have to be fair to Turkey. A 57, a 58, and a 59 is not bad shooting at all.
No, it's not bad shooting at all, and that's what I'm saying. It's very, very high-level shooting that we're seeing here, and none other than the gold medal match of the World Championships would you see this.
Yeah, well, whoever wins it, they're certainly going to deserve it. Big scores required in order to take gold in the men's team compound. Turkey trailing by a single point will kick things off in the 4th and final end. And it's over to Evren Kairan.
Wow, he hit the spider.
Haydi Şilo, doğru yerde. Sakin Şilo, doğru yerde.
Well, you have to say, Korea, as you said, Vanessa, look very calm, but so do Turkey.
They are. This is... I'm just laughing because I'm witnessing greatness here.
Kairan and Aras shoot 10s. Can Yetim match them? Looks like he has done. It's on the line, so it'll be marked up for a 10.
Let's see if Korea can respond.
Trailing, it's always important to get a good score, and a big one. That's a perfect 30. How will Korea react?
쏘면 들어간다. 좋아. 끝까지.
Choi follows Kim into the 10 ring.
I love what his coach said. Said if you just shoot it, it's going to go in. Gave him that confidence.
괜찮아. 그러니까 자신 있게만 쏘면 돼. 조준 끝까지. 좋아.
Yang follows them into the 10 ring. A perfect score so far from both teams.
Sono canticato, si dà sdiccato.
Another 10. This is incredible.
Hadi kardeşim güçlü ol.
Oh my goodness! What?
Muhammed süren var. Güzel bir oka ihtiyacım var kardeşim.
Another 10 for a perfect 60 for Turkey. Oh, and that's just drifted out to the right. It's another 59. That's back-to-back 59s for Turkey. But there's a tiny bit of breathing room for Korea. They could get to 235 here.
할 수 있어. 용이 쏘면 들어간다. 끝까지.
Another 10. 235 still possible. Yang Jae-won, the youngest member of the team. And another 10 for them. They got 60 in the third end. Kim Jong-ho only needs a 9 to take the world title for Korea. Unbelievable stuff from Korea. A perfect 60 in the third end and a perfect 60 to finish the gold medal match. They are the 2019 World Champions.
What an amazing performance. 2 perfect ends to finish the match and clinch the gold medal. An amazing performance from both teams, but Korea really did it in the end.
Phenomenal stuff. I mean, if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't quite believe just how good Korea were in those last 2 ends. But I've got to take my hat off to Turkey. They shot so well. A 233 would win most matches.
You're totally right, especially their second archer, Araz. He dropped 0 points. He shot all X's and 10s in this match. He did amazing, but like I said, it's a team event.
Well, Korea are the team of the moment here. They've taken the world title here in Den Bosch. Kim Jong-ho, Yang Jae-won and Choi Young-hee are the 2019 World Champions. Well, they were absolutely superb and will stand on top of the podium. I said that whoever wins this is going to have deserved it. Boy, a 58, a 57, and then 2 perfect 60s took this Korean team to the gold medal. Well, getting a big cheer from people in the crowd. And let's take a look back here. They started really well, and we got 3 10s in the first end from them, the last 3 of that end. And then they were pretty much dialed in. Turkey did not shoot badly at all. The second end saw them finish with 3 10s to draw everything level at 115 points each, and they were well in this match. But the last 2 ends from Korea, well, nothing strayed out of the middle. It was just 10 after 10 after 10. And that one hitting the spider. But the 3 10s from Korea at the end. Well, there you have it. They were absolutely absolutely superb, and the high fives all round, and it clearly means a lot to this team. They show their emotions, but only when they've taken gold. Well, what a sight for the crowd here, Vanessa. I mean, that was some high-quality archery.
You're totally right. Neither Korea nor Turkey has ever really medaled in the compound men's team event here at the World Championships. So it was going to be history either way. And I think because of the amazing match it was, we did make history. It was just such a great performance of athleticism and precision.
You got a feel for the Turkish team, but I think they'll probably walk away from this saying, we were beaten by the better team, and they certainly were the deserving gold medalists. Let's go back down to the field of play. And what are they waiting in the wings, the teams here? Because we have got a medal ceremony coming up here for those men's team medals. And I think we've got some interviews being conducted as I look across to the call room, and that's just interrupted the schedule here. We were actually about to bring them out for the medal ceremony, but we can excuse them. It's one of the Dutch archers having an interview for Dutch TV, but it looks like he's been released, and they are ready to come out. It's time for the men's compound team medal ceremonies here in Den Bosch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the compound man team. Dames en heren, onze reizigers, de medailleceremonie. De categorie mannen team compound. Medals will be presented by World Archery President and IOC Vice President. Medailles zullen worden overhandigd door de voorzitter van World Archery en de vicevoorzitter van het IOC, Uğur Erdener. Gifts will be presented by Dutch Archery Federation Secretary General. Cadeaus zullen worden overhandigd door de algemeen directeur van de Nederlandse Handbalbond, Arnoud Strijdis. Bronze medal representing the Netherlands. De bronzen medaille namens Nederland.
Well, it was a true team performance from these three men. It was an off-form Mr. Perfect Mike Schlusser at the beginning on the right-hand side there, who came good in the end, but his teammates Peter Elzinga and Sil Patter were solid around Mike Schlusser. There is Peter Elzinga. He anchored the team to that bronze medal with a 10 to finish the match. Sil Patter, world number 47, performed admirably in that match too. And Mike Schlusser, who was confused by a couple of nines early on, came good in the end. Erdener, the World Archery President, presenting the medals, and this man will be very happy to be presenting his team their medals. That is the Secretary General of Dutch Archery, Arnoud Strijbs.
Silver medal representing
The Strop Waffles as the gift. They shot so well in the final. 57, 58, and then just dropping 1 point apiece in the third and fourth ends, shooting 259s. Suleiman Aras, Evren Kairan in the middle, and Mohamed Yetim. The Turkish team well, they can't be disappointed. They shot so well, but it wasn't enough, and in the end, they have to accept those silver medals proudly.
Congratulations, well done. Congratulations, well done. Congratulations, well done.
A rueful look on that Turkish team faces. It was incredible performance from them, but this team were absolutely outstanding, shooting at 2 perfect 60s to finish the gold medal match with such a flourish. Choi Young-hee there, collecting his gold medal. Kim Jong-ho, the world number 12, top seed in the Korean team. And then the youngster, only ranked 193 in the world, Yang Jae-won. They were just brilliant.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
Now the waffles to celebrate with their gold medals.
Congratulations.
The compound men's team, world champions, Korea.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the Republic of Korea.
Now it's time for the national anthem.
Voor het nationale volkslied van de Republiek Korea.
Well, there you go. Mike Schlusser there on the left of the Dutch team, shaking the hands of all 3 Koreans, showing, so in fact it was Peter Elzinger who was shaking all their hands, showing great respect for a brilliant finish from the 3 Koreans in that gold medal match. They really, really shot well, and they really deserve that gold medal. The obligatory selfie there. It looks like Choi Young-hee was trying to get a selfie with all the team in there. I'm not sure they can quite believe what they saw in that final. I certainly can't. It was such high quality stuff from both teams. Big photo up here, and there you go. Choi Young-hee is indeed going to get the selfie there. Wow, I'd like to see that photo. It'll be a cracker.
And with this selfie, we will conclude this ceremony, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it was really, truly phenomenal from Korea, shooting a 58 and a 57 to start things off. That point in the match, the midway point with the Turkish team, they were all square and all level, and Turkey shooting brilliantly, matching them with their 57 and 58. They followed it up with 2 59s, and usually that would be enough to win any match, but it was a perfect 60 in the last 2 ends from Korea that took them to the world title. Well, this has been a brilliant city hosting these World Championships. We've been here since the 3rd of June, as you can see. It's been a long championships full of great drama, loads of world records set here as well, and in conditions that have not been perfect throughout. We started this session in a downpour. It's dried up here, and it dried up just in time for some absolutely cracking archery in the gold medal match. Well, they were absolutely superb. Choi Young-hee, Kim Jong-ho, and Yang Jae-won were superb. Let's go down and see what they have to say about taking the world title.
Congratulations, guys. That's the first time Korea has won this medal. What does it mean to you?
축하드립니다. 세계 선수권 대회에서 금메달을 첫 번째 따셨는데 어떤 의미이십니까?
2011년도부터 해가지고 지금까지 다섯 번의 도전을 하는 건데 드디어 금메달 따게 돼서 너무너무 기쁘고요. 그리고 우리 같이 게임을 한 우리 동생들한테도 너무 감사하다고 얘기하고 싶어요.
Since 2011, it was our 5th attempt, and I'm just in disbelief that we were able to do it. I'm just so grateful to my younger teammates.
In that third end, you shot 610, 6 X's. What kind of boost did that give you in the match?
그 3엔드에서는 6번 X를 쏘셨는데 어떤 힘을 주었는지.
일단 저희 연습 때 쏘던 것처럼 파이팅 하면서 이제 팀원들 길을 딱 복돋아 주면서 그렇게 쐈던 것 같아요.
Yeah, it was just really helpful for our competition, and I think it gave us a lot of strength in the end.
Jong-ho, that last arrow, you look so strong, not worried at all. Was there anything going through your mind when you're on that line and when you shot the winning shot?
그 마지막 화살 쏘실 때 자신감이 넘치었던 것 같아요. 그때 긴장이 없으셨나요?
제가 지금까지 세계선수권대회 시합하면서 쏜 화살 중에 제일 긴장됐었고요. 정말 너무 떨려가지고 정신이 없이 그냥 자세만 자신 있게 나오자 하고 쐈는데 마지막 발에 그렇게 좋은 점수가 나와가지고 저희 다 기뻐서 행복합니다.
Out of every arrow I've ever shot in the World Championships, that was the most nerve-wracking arrow for me, and I was shaking. I was so nervous, and all I did was really stick to my shot, and in the end we ended up winning, and I'm so happy.
Congratulations, guys. Let's get a nice shot of you with your medals.
Well, very, very humble from all three of them. They shot so well, but Kim Jong-ho, who I suspect understood the English question, was very, very nervous at the end. It didn't look like that, and Korea have taken the World Championships, and here is confirmation of both the men's and women's gold medalist in the team event, Chinese Taipei taking the women's. And here are the final rankings of these events. In the women's compound team event, Chinese Taipei as gold, USA taking silver, and India with the bronze medal. Well, the men finished with that fantastic performance from Korea against a very, very game Turkey, who took silver, with the Netherlands taking the bronze medal, beating Colombia in that bronze medal match here in their home country. Well, that's it from the two team events here in Den Bosch, as it's known to the locals. But Compound Saturday is not over. We've got the mixed team event and the individual finals coming up at 2 p.m. local time here in a couple of hours' time. But that's it from the first session here in Sir Den Bosch. What a session it's been. Thank you so much for joining us, and do come back this afternoon.